You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
I can't wait for him to attempt
that's
this
what I was
name.
waiting for.
I'm just sitting back waiting.
Iyanla Vanzant.
You forgot an L also.
I thought the L was, I don't know.
Silent.
I thought it was sounding like lasagna.
The I is an E, beloved.
All right, so let's try this again.
Iyanla.
Iyanla Vanzant.
Iyanla.
Yes, beloved.
Okay,
No.
I got it.
He said Iyanla.
It's Iyanla.
Iyanla.
Iyanla
It's the
Vanzant.
L.
Iyanla.
Iyanla. Can you say that?
Iyanla.
Just say Miss Vanzant.
Miss Vanzant.
But that makes me sound so old.
That's respect, though.
It is
It's
respect.
just because he can't pronounce it.
Call me Ia. That's respect.
All right.
Iya.
Well, welcome, Ia.
Good morning, Iya.
Good morning.
Now, I got so many questions. When did people first start coming to you for advice? Like, at what point in your life?
I was a criminal defense attorney, so they would come into me for advice for a long time.
Okay.
Just in a whole nother realm. About 35 years ago.
So, like, when you were in school, like, you weren't the go-to person, like in high school, middle school, or anything like that?
Not at all.
Okay.
You know what's interesting? You've had your own struggles that led you to this path. So, and I don't know that everybody knows things that you've gone through in your
let's
own
start from the
personal
beginning.
life.
Really? People
Yes, they wanna
I'm
know.
From Brooklyn, how? Everybody know your business in Brooklyn.
What part of Brooklyn?
Out Crown Heights,
Crown Heights,
Bed-Stuy, Canarsie.
Real
Yeah.
Brooklyn,
All nice
though.
areas
Real
now.
Brooklyn, right?
Beautiful
I know.
areas now.
I don't know this Brooklyn anymore with high rises and condo and a hotel.
And expensive.
Expensive,
Very
yeah.
expensive.
But I grew up in Crown Heights. I grew up in what many of New Yorkers experience, broken family, lots of dysfunction, lots of liquor and rent parties and card games. Went to public school here. I went to school in New York when they were busing us.
What school?
I went to PS 167 in Crown Heights. And the year that I went to John Marshall Junior High School, which is Junior High School 210, was the year they started busing us into white communities. So I didn't get to go to Marshall. I got bused to Ditmas Junior High School in East Flatbush, which was, at that time was all white, and they spit on us and call us bad names.
Niggers.
Niggers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it.
I just like to remind white people
I
as
was
much
just-
as I can.
I know, because
And we act like
you
we're
would
so far
never
removed.
know that
Right.
in New York City
Right.
today. I don't even know what that section of town looked like.
So what made
know?
you want to become an attorney?
Power. The two most powerful people in the world are doctors and lawyers. The Pope got a lawyer and a doctor, right? So when you grow up poor and black and female in America, you're looking for power. So I became a lawyer. I was going to find me some power.
I love that thought process because, like, nowadays people equate power with money.
No, it's position and who you know, what you can do. I didn't know that's why I was going to. Actually, I went to law school to prepare me for what I'm doing now because my mind wasn't trained. And law school trained my mind. I was in the inaugural class of the Queens College Law School. Queens College, yeah. I was in the inaugural class at 19. I won't mention the year.
Now, this is back when you were Rhonda.
Yeah, I went to law school as Rhonda and came out as Iyanla.
Now,
what made
Kodak
you-
Black just changed his name. Do you know who Kodak Black is? He could use
No.
some of your help, by the
He
way.
could?
Yeah, he's a rapper. He just changed his name. What did he change his name
Bill-
to?
Bill Capri.
Bill Capri. He
yeah.
legally changed his name to Bill Capri.
Why would you go from Kodak to Bill?
Well, Kodak was
That's
his
not his
rap
real
name.
name.
Yeah, his
Anyway,
rap
it's his
name,
rap
yeah.
name.
Oh.
His real name is like, I forgot. It's something Haitian. Like, it
Something Haitian.
is. I don't remember.
Well, that's what he should have kept.
Yeah.
Now, what made you want to fix people's lives? How did you get into that?
I didn't start out. Again, I was a criminal defense attorney. And
That fixes lives, too.
Now you make a lot of money doing criminal defense too. There's a
well,
lot
no,
of criminals.
not when you work for the public defender's
Yeah.
office.
That's
You was a
the
public
main issue.
defender?
Yeah.
You seem like
In
you'd be a good one.
Philadelphia. I was. I
'Cause you
was
care.
good. I was good, but I just couldn't accommodate the system anymore. This was in the height of the drug wars in Philadelphia when it was black and Latin men going to jail. You weren't practicing law. You were doing plea bargains.
Ooh, so you knew they was purposely trying to lock a lot of us up. Yeah.
And I knew that the way it was in our community, a lot of the brothers were involved in drug, trade, and a lot of them weren't. You only had to be black or Latin, and they were locking you up, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So I walked away. I didn't know what I was going to do. I worked here in Manhattan, in the Manhattan DA's office, in the domestic violence unit when they started SVU under Linda Fairstein. Which is now a TV show, you know. So, but I left here and went to Philadelphia to do public defender work. I did district attorney work here, but public offender work in Philly.
So you see what was going on with Meek, and you could attest that that's what's really going on out there.
Yeah, you know, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So I left, practicing law, and then I was working in a program that was training women to get off public assistance. And I had been on public assistance in the projects in Canarsie. And so I created a workbook for them in the work that I was doing with them, preparing them to go back to work. And then somebody said, you need to publish this. So I went to Kinko's, because every good writer has a Kinko's card. And I copied my book, and I sold it out the trunk of my car.
Wow.
But that became my first national bestseller, Tapping the Power Within.
Wow.
Do you think that you could have made a change in the judicial system if you had stayed there?
No.
Wow.
I do not.
Yeah.
And that's why it looks the way it looks, because you're one person swimming upstream.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, you could do incredible projects and probably impact some people, but the system doesn't want to change because it's set up to benefit you know, the founding ideals of this country, which is the rich get richer, you know, white male dominance and superiority, and that's what rules. And you're going to knuckle under to it, or you're going to get crushed.
Yeah, they're not sending people to prison to actually get reform.
Now prison is a business. It's an industry, you know. It's an industry that has a consumer base, but we have to educate ourselves about that.
No,
you know?
Iyanla, whenever I watch Fix My Life, I always wondered this, and I wanted to ask you this. There's so many heavy things that you have to deal with on the show. Who fixes your life? Because sometimes it has to be a lot to be there. And, you know, you talk to Philando Castile's fiance, Diamond. Right?
Diamond Reynolds.
Yeah, Diamond Reynolds.
Yeah.
You speak to women who were victims of sex trafficking. You talk to so many different people with all these heavy issues, family issues, things that are really hard to resolve. And who fixes your life?
But
after
see,
you deal with
that's
that?
the assumption that you make, that it's heavy and it's hard. It's human. I don't look at it as heavy and hard. I look at, you know, yours. One may be sex trafficking. The other, you know, is trauma. But it's all human. And since I'm doing God's work, I don't get into the human level. I just come in to do what I do. You know, so I don't take it on. I don't wear it. I'm not responsible for it. What I'm responsible for is to listen to people with a heart and bring them back into alignment with the truth of who they are. We are not our problems. But we identify with the problem. So that's why it feels heavy, because we identify with it and we make the problem who we are.
Do you believe in?
But who? Like she said, who? So
my life
who
is not
conversation?
broken.
Well, not that it's broken, but there has to be things that you think about far
Well,
after
I'm
the show.
human. Like, I have crazy kids. I have a crazy man. I got, you know, I don't have money issues, but you know, I'm human. So I have a team. First of all, I have elders that I go to that keep me straight. That's number one. Or when I need guidance, I call my elders. I have prayer partners. I say, we got to put this on the prayer wheel. What's going on here? And then I have a team around me that supports me, encourages me, and in all kinds of ways.
Yeah, they always say it takes a village to raise a child. Like,
No,
it takes a village to raise an adult too.
It takes a village to support the queen or the king or whoever. And I have an incredible village of highly minded people. So, but I'm human like everybody else. You know, I was very distraught when I went to the store the other day and they didn't have my toilet paper.
They didn't have your toilet paper.
No, because I don't like that hard, crispy stuff.
What you like? 3-ply?
I like the. Should I say the name?
If you want to.
Scott Extra Soft.
Really, over Charmin?
Scott is
Oh yeah,
pretty tough.
Charmin has fibers in it, and you know,
It cuts
you
you a
don't
little
need
bit.
fibers.
It gets stuck in you.
in your
Sometimes-
pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, do you believe in good or bad experiences?
I believe in purposeful experiences. Some are pleasant, others are not. Some are productive, others are not. But not good and bad. But because I know how we create our experiences, we're going to attract to us who we are and what we need to learn. That's what I believe.
I want to know, how did you get this show, the TV show? How did that all come about?
It's always a very interesting story about this.
Yeah.
But I hear I watched you and Oprah hug and all that good stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
tell us about it.
I was part of the Change Your Life faculty when Oprah did back in the 90s. Were you all alive then?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's my
Thriving.
story. No.
I do remember, because I used to remember when Oprah used to give out them stimulus packages to people. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely remember.
So, and there was a breakdown of communication between me and Miss Winfrey. And I left the Oprah Winfrey Show. And I went to do my own show on ABC. And that did not turn out well for me.
Okay.
And then for the next 11 years, I just continued to do my work. I just wasn't on television. But in her 25th season, when she was going off air, she invited me back onto the show because people always wondered what happened. You know, and they made up all kind of stuff. We had a fight, and I slept with Stedman, and, just ridiculosity.
I never heard that one, but thanks for that.
Wow.
Thanks for that one. We
Crazy.
can make that a headline.
Guess who slept with Stedman?
That's who slept with Stedman.
And so we had the conversation publicly, which I thought was just divine, to show people how there was 11 years separation between us, and to show people how you have the conversation to heal a breakdown, I thought was really wonderful.
For the record, you didn't sleep with Stedman, right?
No.
Okay.
Ew. I would not sleep with Stedman. I won't say I don't do it. I did it one time, but
Did what?
Oh, you slept with a friend's man?
yeah.
Really? How old were you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to say yeah.
It was
yeah.
in my other life.
Yeah, when you was
I was
Rhonda?
when I was Rhonda.
Rhonda did it.
Rhonda did it.
Now, how did you hook up with Oprah? How did y'all get together?
She read one of my books, In the Meantime, in her book club. Her book club was reading it, and then she invited me on the show. That was in 1998. So what's that, 20 years?
20 years ago. Was it a matter of, not being patient when it came to, Oprah? Because, I guess she was kind of setting people up.
She was grooming me for a show. I come out the projects in Brooklyn.
You wanted
I don't
it
know
now.
nothing about none of this. So I'm dealing, I don't know what the protocols are, and I broke some protocols. I violated some protocols in the industry because I just didn't know. I didn't have a manager. I didn't have an agent. I was going up to talk to people, like they was at the Key Food. I don't know. And so not understanding that about me and being in this industry, it was assumed that I was leveraging and doing, which I wasn't. I didn't even know what that stuff was.
You were just trying to go for it.
Yeah, well, it was not even that. I just asked for what I wanted. But it was, okay, so what happened was, I was on Oprah's show, on the Oprah Winfrey Show, doing Change Your Life TV, and then people saw me, and other networks came after me, to go. And I didn't want to leave the Oprah Winfrey Show. But when other people came after me, I said, okay, well, maybe I need to do my own show. But I want to do it with the Oprah Winfrey Show, Oprah Winfrey at that time. So when I went to her and said, this is what I'd like to do, I said, because other people were coming to me and asking me this, I hadn't even thought about it. And but the way they heard that was in the industry, when you go to somebody and say, this network is offering me this, what are you going to offer me? But that's not what I was doing. I was just being naive and stupid and asking, but it wasn't received well.
Right.
And that created a breakdown in communication. But we were able to repair that. It took 11 years.
Did she tell you that you weren't ready or something, like when you went to her?
They didn't think I was ready, but that was never communicated to me.
Gotcha.
So I'm saying, well, if they asking for me, how come I can't do it over here? So once we had the conversation and we understood where the breakdown was and what happened, then she used to do a show called Life Class. And I used to go and do Life Class. every week, every other week. And that just grew in. She said, you need your own show. Now, 11 years later. And I said, no, I'll do Life Class. She said, no, you need your own show, because she was starting OWN at that time.
Right.
You know, when Oprah Winfrey tell you, not only do you need your own show, but I'm going to pay for it, hell.
If only she'd said that 11 years earlier.
Well, I wasn't ready.
True.
I didn't know.
She knew.
And that's what happens. You know, we think we're ready for something, and then when it doesn't show up, we get mad. But I wasn't ready.
Yeah, I heard a sermon this weekend, rejection is God's protection.
Oh, yes. And that will give you redirection.
Redirection, there you go.
Now,
Absolutely.
you know, you mentioned God's call. How did you? I don't want to say how did that call come, but how did you know it was time to do that? Like
I
Go to the
watched how it
iPhone.
felt.
you go to
That's why
the
he had her number.
Now, how did you
know
know
what?
it was that time?
I watched how my life unfolded. I didn't know. I thought I was going to be the Black Perry Mason for the rest of my life. And when that fell apart, when I left practicing law, it was rough. You know, I had no job. Where does a lawyer go? You don't. I mean, I did get unemployment. I never knew about unemployment. I've been working since I was 14. I didn't know somebody would pay you not to work. So I got unemployment for a year, and then I went to do the teaching of the Women on Public Assistance in Philadelphia. I wrote the workbook. The workbook got picked up by a publisher. Another publisher saw that. So things just unfolded, you know, and I was doing what I was good at. I was doing what I loved. And so I didn't try to direct it. I allowed it to unfold. And I was in my house one day about to get evicted, and my cat had no food, or neither did my kids. And
how many kids you have?
I have 3.
3, okay.
Well, I have 2 left. One I lost back in 2003.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. But I was coming down the stairs, and Barry White was doing an interview with somebody. And he said in that interview, you've got to be willing to do it no matter what. If you have the desire and the ability and faith, you're going to make it. I stopped dead in my tracks, and I said, what am I doing? And do I have the desire to do this? Yeah. Do I have the ability? Yeah. Do I have faith? That's where I was a little shaky. But I just watched it unfold. I didn't start out to be on television. I didn't start out to be an author, but that's what unfolded. So what I am, and this is what I know, I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. I happen to write my own textbooks. So whatever I do, wherever I do it, the fact that I'm on television doesn't matter to me. That's a classroom. The viewers are my students. When I'm on the stage, that's a classroom. And the people in the audience are my students. I'm a teacher. And so I don't trip, you know, that I'm on TV. I'm teaching.
Is this a platform?
Yeah, it's a platform.
Why was your faith shaky?
Because I came from Brooklyn, from dysfunction, from brokenness and pain, and I had no models ahead of me. Nobody in my family had a college degree. Nobody in my family had an advanced degree. I was an enigma to them. They didn't support me. They thought I was crazy to give up my welfare check to go to college. You know, I had no models. Even now in the world, what other Black women do you see doing spiritual work outside of the church publicly? Who?
I mean,
what am I looking
I guess
at?
you could consider Oprah now with this whole Super Soul podcast. I think.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So that is about it. So the fact that we're aligned. So I had no model for how to take a little bit and make a lot. I had no model for what success was. I had no model for, you know, how to pay your rent on time. I had no models. So I didn't know what I was looking at. So I didn't know what to put my faith in.
So what planted the seed for you to say, you know what, I'm going to go to college in that environment? Like, what steered you in that direction?
I was on the Fulton Street bus coming from the welfare office. I had 3 babies. And I got to the welfare office, 424 Hinsdale Street in Brooklyn. And one of the caseworkers was very upset about something. And this is what she said. These blickety blick welfare mothers. We need to take them all out to a field, put them on their knees, and shoot them like cows.
Whoa.
I said, ooh, they gonna start shooting people.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So I left and got on the Fulton Street bus to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And on the bus, there was a sign that said, are you ready to make a change in your life? Come to Medgar Evers College. I got off the bus at Nostrand Avenue, got on the Nostrand Avenue bus, and went to Medgar Evers College and enrolled.
Simple as that.
Just
Wow.
like that.
Wow.
You know, it's funny. Like,
Because they was getting ready to shoot people.
well, I don't know if that was literally going to happen. But
I
it was.
don't know, but I
Right.
wasn't taking a chance.
It's so amazing because, like, the name of your new book is Get Over It, right?
Get over it.
And I'm that type of person. I'm like, either you're going to do it or you're not.
Right.
I'm not into all the complaining and stuff. And it seemed like you just decided one day, I'm going to get it done.
I didn't. I, again, just followed the breadcrumbs. You know, God will give you breadcrumbs that are all leading you to the full slice of bread. And I think what really my foundation was, I learned, I developed an intimate, loving relationship with my sugar daddy, God. You know, not what I had been taught in the church and not what people told me I had to do, but an intimate, loving relationship with God as I knew it through my culture, as a Native American and as an African. That's how I did it.
So not religion.
Not religion at all, you know, because my grandmother was a Chislaki, a Cherokee. So she taught me things about nature and the earth and the moving of the sun and the moon and blah, 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 which are just denounced, but it's cultural and it's spiritual. And then I was raised a Yoruba in my life, in my family. So understanding who I was as a descendant of Africans with a rich culture and a spiritual tradition and spiritual history. So I put those two things together and then said, okay, now where does Jesus fit in this? You understand? And really developed a relationship with a God of my understanding that didn't think I was wretched and born in sin and was going to hell if I smoked a joint. I didn't, you know, that's not the God I understand. And I developed a relation, and that's what moved me.
Gotcha.
So that's what transformed me from a lawyer and a wretched, poor black woman, Native American, you know, underling, into a spiritual technician.
That's why you changed the name?
I changed my name when I was initiated as a Yoruba priest. I changed my name because name is nature. I know that from both of my lineage. My mother's lineage is Dahomian or Yoruba, and my father's lineage is Chislaki or Cherokee. And in both of those cultures, names are very important. You know, it's the nature. It educates your soul about who you are and what you're supposed to do. And so when I really started on my journey of unfoldment, the nature of Rhonda, suffering, sad, abandoned, rejected, violated, abused, that's not who I was. I had to elevate that so that when people call me, I would be answering to a higher call and not answering to the pain of Rhonda, you know? So that's why I changed my name. I didn't change it. My elders changed it.
Ooh.
Is there anybody that you want to talk with and want to have a conversation with, maybe that you see out in the public, or a celebrity that you said I would love to talk to?
Who
that
needs
person?
help?
Who
their
needs
life
help or that I want to talk
That
to?
you would love to talk to?
I would love to talk to Denzel Washington.
fixed? Well, that don't count. We talk about somebody broke.
No. Let me tell you why.
All
This
women
man
wanna
is
talk
a
to Denzel.
master. Denzel, no, I would talk to Idris for myself.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
Denzel is a master. You watch his work, not the fact that he's in Hollywood, but this man is a master. From Malcolm X to Man on Fire to this lawyer, crazy lawyer that I watch how he does, because I'm looking beyond the physical. This man is a master. I want to know what his work principles are, what he does and how he does it.
Never met Denzel?
No,
Wow.
no,
He's a master teacher, too, by the way.
yes. I want to talk to, in terms of people who need fixing, there's nobody. Anybody who wants to talk to me, All my guests come to me. Very rarely do we reach out for them.
You look at
sometimes
anybody's
get
life like I think I want to help them. Like anybody's life that you see,
No, that's not my job.
Are you sometimes disappointed afterward with after they leave the show and it feels like you've made some progress, some breakthroughs, and then you see them go do something else?
Because that's not my job. Is to give them the information. What they do with it is their business.
That's every prophet in the Bible, by the way. Like even with Noah, God never said make him understand. He said,
Right.
Tell him
give them the
right.
information.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm attached to giving you excellence when you're in my presence.
Have you ever recorded somebody that you thought you were going to air and then ended up having to
Oh,
scrap
yeah,
it?
all the time. Not recorded, but we do the work. There's a lot of prep work that goes into it. And you see 48 minutes. I'm with these people 2.5, 3, 4 days. So we've done all of the prep work, and then at the last minute, people get cold feet. Like last season, we did 10 shows, but we interviewed almost 30 people.
Ooh.
And did the work. You know, we have a coach, we got producers, we have all sorts of screening, and then they get to the last minute and change their mind. And I don't want them if they're not willing.
Right.
I don't want them.
Yeah, I think I saw you say Tory Hart hasn't done the work. What did you mean by that?
Did I say that?
I think I read that.
No, I ain't say that.
Oh, okay.
I don't even. Who's Tory Hart?
Wasn't Tory on Iyanla's show?
I
No.
didn't see that.
Oh.
You just making stuff up.
I'm
Sean.
sorry.
Making stuff
wrong
up.
information. What about what's the girl who used to date Chris Brown?
Karuchi.
Cowabunga. Yeah.
No, Karuchi.
She was
Why
on
are
Angie
you
Martinez's
hard?
show.
She was on my show.
Yes.
I did a conversation.
saw
She
that.
said she regrets sitting down with you. And the manager said she felt like
felt
you
bullied.
were getting bullied.
Right.
She was getting
Look,
bullied.
they came to us. I didn't come to them. There's no locks. There's no gates. We were in her house. She didn't put me out. But what happened, you know, and I don't like to call people out, but they came to us thinking that to be on my show was going to push her to the next level.
Right.
And then when they got there and realized that I don't play. I don't do publicity and marketing. And when I started asking her some hard questions, he wanted to pull it out, you know? And then he said, you're putting words in her mouth. I said, if she don't say it, I can't play it, you know? And they wanted to craft and construct what I did. Here's the truth. I walked out on her. He pulled her out of the room and said he didn't want these questions, and I left. They had to talk me back. That's the truth. But, you know, I don't have any issue with Karuchi. I don't think at that time her management was in her best corner, but look where she is now. So all things are working for our good.
Have you ever washed your hands with someone like they can't be fixed? I ain't got time for this.
I don't think that they can't be fixed, but they were not willing, and that was DMX. He was not
Right, that
willing. And he called me all manner of nasty, vile names, and after a while I just got sick of it. Plus he was high. And I asked him straight up, I said, are you high? No. And you know, if you tell me the truth, whatever you tell me, I have to acknowledge it. I can't say yes you are when you're telling me no. But he wasn't ready. He wasn't willing. I don't know why he came to me.
Do you think you're too harsh sometimes?
No, because by the time you come to me to air your laundry publicly, you got some serious stuff going on. We don't have time to
Ain't
play.
got time for the games,
Not no
man.
time to play. The people in your life have been massaging your crazy for a long time. Now you got to come to me. You know? And I think what happens is, you know, we don't know how to tell the truth and how to receive the truth. Somebody will let you sit right there with spinach in your teeth. And rather than hurt your feelings, let you sit there grinning. No. And the one thing I know, you know, God sends the rainbow and he sends the tornado. I'm going to ride with you through either one. We're going to ride over the rainbow together, or I'm going to hold you through the tornado. But I'm going to get you to the other side if you're willing. Now, if you're not willing, I'm not going to let you turn the boat over so we both drown. So, no, I don't think it's harsh at all.
What makes you have empathy for people? Like if you know somebody's suffering from substance abuse or mental illness, do you have a little more empathy?
Well, you know what? I won't coach. I can't coach substance abuse. I can do an intervention, meaning get you into treatment. But I have empathy for people because it's me. I see my crazy everywhere. You know, and people want to know, why don't you cry and you're so hard now? I say, you know what? Once you've healed it, it don't resonate in you. I've been crazy. I've done some crazy stuff. I had 3 kids by the time I was 21 by 3 different men. You know, I lived in the projects. I've done all manner of stuff. So when I see people, I'm just looking at myself and what I've healed. And I'm grateful. But I also know the truth. So I'm going to get up under that thing with you. You can't tell me that. No, I know better.
Did you really marry the same man twice?
I tell you, I've been crazy. I sure did.
I never heard that before.
Oh,
you
my
still with him now?
God. No.
Oh, damn it, man.
I'm healed.
How do you make the same mistake twice, though?
It wasn't a mistake. It was a learning.
There you
And
go.
he was fine.
You fine.
I'm human. Didn't I say that?
That's real.
Okay?
Now
Don't
you-
act like you didn't go back and forth with her. You know you did.
I've been with her 20 years.
You said on The Real that Evelyn Lozada was your, I guess, biggest success story. Has that changed to date?
Not biggest, but I think among the reality stars, she really did the work. Evelyn did her work. And that doesn't mean that now she's going off to, feed the starving children in Africa. But in terms of her own personal revelation and understanding, she did her work,
Right.
And I'm happy for where she is today.
Why do you think it's starting to be less of a stigma around mental health and therapy and all that?
Because we can't do this anymore. We're crazy. And it's our kids are killing us. And we're killing them. We've got to start telling another level of truth. And particularly for people of color. We act like, Uncle Boo Boo isn't, eating dog food. We got to stop that.
You see him eating up the goddamn dog food.
You understand? And doing all manner of wahala. We just have to tell the truth. We have to.
Right.
Now you're going on tour. How can people come to you to come to
It's
see you?
done. We
It's
finished.
done. The tour's over.
Yesterday, 17 cities
Oh,
in
wow.
4 weeks.
That's your first tour in 20 years, right?
First tour in 20 years, and I was much younger when I did it. I won't do that again.
So people actually got to sit on stage.
I called them from the audience.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we went from all across the country because I haven't been in Brooklyn in 18 years.
Kings.
So I wanted to come home.
That's
Yeah, I really wanted to come home. But it's been a wonderful ride.
And we thank you for
But we thank
stopping
you.
by.
And I know you
joining
said
us.
you like Idris. We don't have Idris, but we got another. We got Michael B. Jordan out there. I'm gonna introduce you to him.
Where is he?
Oh,
I
right there.
love
See him
him.
right there.
Denzel said he's up
He
next.
is.
Okay.
He's a young. Oh, my cougar is up.
Oh my goodness!
I thought you said you had a man.
My cougar is up. No, I love that brother. Beautiful work. Fruitvale Station. And I watch all of the young people that are coming up. I put my TV on when they're on TV. One's on Netflix and one's on Insecure and one's on Blackish. Every room because they need the numbers. So I put.
I'm gonna make him
have
take
it
his shirt
on.
off for you.
Oh no! I can't. I'm old.
So you still,
I
Mama
can't-
got an appetite too.
No, he's a beautiful brother, and y'all are beautiful too. I thank you. So
Thank you.
much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for
Iyanla
having me.
Vanzant.
There you go.
There you go.
She fixed your life.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.